Gaurav.
Hi. Hi.
Gaurav, can you please switch on your camera and show us your identity card, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So, can you please show us your valid identity
Yeah,
card, please?
just Is it okay?
It's not visible. Don't you have any physical card?
Now let
It's
me
visible, but
let me off the
do you
filter.
have any physical card?
Physical. Actually, it left at home.
Okay, that's
Looks
something.
yeah, it looks very different, like what you are now and what's in the
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah, it's just a beard without beard.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine, Gaurav. We
I
will.
think what we will do is we will have HR to take that, uh, you know,
Yeah, I have
the ID proof verification.
photo for that also. Means of that uh, photo of that hard copy also. I have
You
this
mean to
photo.
say the mail, is it?
Yeah, this is the passport also.
No, it's glaring, Gaurav. Actually, yeah, now it's slightly better. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sure, no problem. But anyway, we will have
Yeah, sure, sure.
see, like we'll have HR to take
Yeah,
a snapshot of okay with their
maybe
government issued
after
ID.
I go home at
This,
four or something. We can do that. Yeah.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jaram, shall we proceed now?
Yeah, yeah, we can start, Abhishek.
Yeah, thanks, Jaram. So, Gaurav, let's say, let's start with your brief introduction and the years of experience, the tools, technologies that you work on, the roles and responsibilities, uh, the technologies, what is your role and what you do on a daily basis, right? So, those are things. Maybe let's start with that.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Goro. I've been working in EY as a software developer. The position is senior tech consultant. Okay, and day to day, I'm working on designing and developing and code review and testing as in UAT, and also deploying. Okay, sometimes using this Git action. Okay, and the things I have worked on are like Spring Boot, Hibernate, okay, and a little bit of microservices. Yeah, and also previously I have worked in C#.net. Okay, yeah, Apache Kafka and this for file the for reports we have used Apache POI and these things. Yeah.
Okay, so how long? What is the total experience, Gaurav?
Total is 9 and in Java is 6 plus.
Okay, and on Spring Boot.
It's around 6.
Okay, so last 6 years you have been on this Java and Spring Boot
Yes.
technologies only, no?
Yes.
So you have been working on the same project for that long, or
No, no.
multiple
I
projects
was
actually?
working in 3D Foundry lastly. Then I switched to Cinecron, and this is the uh, uh, fifth year I ended with this.
Okay. So basically, you have worked as a lead or senior developer? Or what is your exact role like? That is the designation, right? That software
The
engineer you
designation
mentioned.
is a senior developer. So currently we are working as a team. In EY there is no role of tech lead. There are all developer. Then there is a consultant, senior tech consultant, consultant, and senior tech consultant. Yeah.
So as per your role, like, can I consider it as a tech lead or a senior developer? What should I consider you?
Uh, you can consider as a um, because the team I have is not that big, like two three developer we were. Okay, and the team was
So are you working? Are you working as an individual contributor or how is it?
uh, yeah, I'm working as an individual contributor.
Okay. So basically, I can consider that you are a senior developer, right?
Yeah.
And how many team members are there in total, including product owners or business analysts, as well as the QA leads, testers,
So
developers?
yeah, so here like uh, three developer, one tester, one UI.
How many points do you achieve in those 2 weeks sprint on an average?
So like uh, three to five.
Story points.
Yeah, two
Okay.
sometimes two and five, between two and five. Yeah.
Okay. And so coming to the technical points, like on Spring Boot, what is the latest version that you use, or maybe alongside Java also, I think.
Yeah. So recently we have moved to the Spring 5 when we are switched to Java 17 from Java 8. Okay, so we were
On
migrating.
So you worked on migration, or how
Uh,
is it?
yeah. So previously we were working on Java 8 only, and we had to migrate for the Spring 5.
Okay. So Spring Boot, have you worked on
Yes.
Spring Boot? What is the latest version that you have used?
I think that is 3 or 3.x something.
Okay, and the Java version?
Java latest was 17. I'm still learning the things which are in the Java 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you done the API development from scratch, or you worked on
Yes.
enhancements? Okay.
The
Have you?
enhancements mostly, but yeah, this the last project was I did whole by me. That was a Spring Boot application. But yeah, that was not a REST API. That is that is an application. Okay, and the API one, REST APIs I have not created from scratch in this project. Previously, I had done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you worked on unit testing using maybe JUnit and Mockito framework?
Yes. So I have been using this JUnit Mockito, where Mockito mocking, and we are following the ASAA path that. Uh, First you set up, then you check that the mock it. Okay, and then then assert, something like that. So there are four steps. So like when you have to do the static method, and you have to do the void method, or you have to do third party things. So yeah, I have quite a lot worked on that, where actually I was given this task to increase the code coverage and this thing. So yeah, I did from 50% to 80% we did.
Okay, and what is the tool that you use to monitor that code coverage?
Yeah, we are using this in build one, which in the um, uh, in the Mockito, or there's a JUnit itself. It shows on the control panel in the terminal side.
Okay, so how much is the code coverage expected for the code that you write?
Yeah, so the code coverage is expected to be 80%. Okay, and so when we are using now records, so it is supposed to increase more. Okay, so yeah, so with the records it will increase, but it's not benchmarked yet.
Okay, so have you used Sonar tool?
Mm, yeah, I didn't got chance to work on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so let's say you have. How do you call an external service or an external API from the code that you write?
Okay, yeah. So we were doing with REST template, but we are we are asked to switch to the web client. Okay, so the codes were still in the REST template.
Okay, what is the reason that you were asked to move from this template to web client?
Because this is deprecated, so the new ones will be doing in the web client only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's assume a scenario is given. You have an API that calls a service
Okay.
service method, and inside of the service method, let's say there are few lines of code. The
Hmm.
first line is like it calls an external client, maybe through web client, REST template, whatever, and it
Okay.
gives you some result. The
Hmm.
second line of the code is interacting with the database, like getting some records on some criteria, and you put it in some variable, let's say. And the remaining lines of code in the method do some kind of aggregation, orchestration, or some operations on the above two results, and then it is returning to the client.
Okay.
So
So
you have to write the J. Yeah, go ahead.
JUnit.
Yeah, you have to write the JUnit for this. So how would you write that?
Okay. So let me share the screen. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe in the chat also, if you are not able to share your screen, you can write the pseudocode in the chat itself.
No,
And basically, I want 100% code coverage on this.
okay. So okay. So there is a one service. Service 1 is there, and service 2 is there, and service 3 is there, and so
Gaurav, there is just one service that I talked about, and in that service method, there is an external call, there is an interaction with the database, and there are some operations on the above on the two results, and then you have to write the test case for that particular method.
okay. So so there is an external call, and there is a comparison.
Oh, there is a database operation.
Okay. This is right? So the service will okay. So what we'll do is like we'll the service we have, right? So we'll mock this service, okay, and in that service we'll say like if suppose we want when
This when method that you are writing, that is a part of which library?
so this
Let's say
is
you have not imported that library, and I want you to write from scratch.
okay. You want me to import it, or you want me to use
No, no,
another thing?
no, I don't want to import that. You have to use the library dot when method.
Okay, library dot Gwen.
Yeah, what is that library?
Okay, you want the library name.
Yeah, I mean that's how I want you to write.
Hmm. Okay, so that is Jupyter. Uh, you want me to write the full name, right?
Okay, what you do, like from directly how you were writing from when, you write from when, and then later on you write the library that it imports.
When so we'll set up first like this is external call. Okay, so we'll have to mock this also. Okay, so suppose um, we'll write like in external call we'll have to set up and then in the service one, suppose in the service one dot and performance and
Gaurav, you can just write the logic.
yeah, okay. So I'm just writing the logic, not syntactically correct it may be.
Yeah, that's fine. You just write the logic, basically how
So
you will write that test case. So you don't have to write it line by line. Just you give us the pseudo code kind of thing,
yeah,
how you would write.
so we'll return some data here from we according to the service whatever it is getting. Okay, when there is an external call, okay, so whatever the external call is there, then um, we'll write the URL and we'll write similar like this that suppose there is a method and it is accepting some URL, so any string any string like that. We'll set up any still in the setup part any string, then we'll say eeq request. We will create the request and response object. We would
Yeah,
have.
I mean, you don't have to go in depth, like basically, how you will write the pseudocode. That's all.
Yeah, so this will be the request, the external call, whatever we are doing, the URL goes here, then we'll set the these things, all the things here, and then we'll suppose all set up, and similar for the DB operation, that when this is happening, then we have to return this. Okay, this we do. Okay, and then um, after this, then we'll do the uh, assert, and before that we'll call that. Okay, so we'll
Yeah, that's fine. Like I just did the pseudocode, so maybe that's okay. So yeah, you can leave it here. That's all. That's fine. So how long have you worked on this JUnit and Mockito framework?
yeah, so last year I started this one. Previously, not much doing this in the UI only. We did this.
Okay. So basically, you are fluent on writing the JUnit test cases,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I have
Uh,
written quite a bit.
okay, fine. So another thing is like, are you aware of this Spring dependency injection inversion of control concept?
Yes, yes, dependency injection and inversion of control are like uh, this is dependency inversion or injection, is it?
Injection,
Injection,
dependency
right? So
injection.
dependency injection is uh, like whenever we want to give the dependency. So um, there are three types mainly we use, which is constructor injection, and the setter injection, and the method injection. Okay, so function injection. So what happens is like suppose there is a class which we are creating, and we want to give the dependency. So we will use the constructor injection, and when we want in the later time, if we want some objects to be injected, then we would use the setter injection. And the method injection as yeah, instance injection is also there. So
So in your code, which type of injection do you frequently use and why?
uh, so we are using like instance injection when we are auto wiring. Okay, and and the constructor injection we mostly are using.
Can you write the syntax of or the pseudocode of constructor injection?
Yeah. So suppose we have this class called. Suppose we are just writing the constructor. Okay, and in the feature we have this. What is there?
Gaurav, let's say you have just two classes A and B. You don't have to write each and everything. Let's say you have two classes A and B, and you want to inject the bean of class B into class A. So just write the pseudocode like how using constructor based injection you will right? This like
Yeah.
inject that kind of
So
speed to it.
actually, before this, when we are having this, you want to inject the B object into the
B, yeah, using constructor based injection.
constructor of A. Right. So we have to write here. Uh, uh, how to make it. So auto for that and this. Actually, I am not getting. I'm not recalling.
Okay, that's okay. So, Gaurav, have you worked on any Spring Cloud components anywhere
Cloud
you use?
cloud
Spring,
component, the Spring Cloud. You are asking?
yes, yes, Spring Cloud, yes.
No. I've used the AWS.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
this is
that
not a cloud, I would say that way. It's a Spring Cloud is a different.
no, I have not used.
Okay, fine. Are you aware of this circuit breaker pattern?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
So the circuit breaker pattern is like when you are using this distributed systems and suppose you are having this issue. Means in general, some the machines gets off or not responding due to any issue. So when it is not working and some service is calling that service, okay, then we can use this. Whenever we are calling that service, sorry, that method for that service, we can annotate with the circuit breaker, and we can write the fallback method on that, and we can define the fallback method. So whenever it is not working and it has gone to the open state, the fallback method will work, and we can define in the application.properties file that these are the things like we can set up in there that how many seconds we have to wait for to um, e- restart the service, and to give the time for the recover and all this. So that thing we set in there, and then we define the fallback method. So if the time completes, then it will start sending the request to that service, and it will we also define that how many time it should be okay. Okay, so and if that time is okay, that frequency is okay, then it will again come to the um, closed state from the half open state. So suppose there is a 50% we have given that if it is in the closed state, and the 50% queries are rejected, then it will come to the open state, and in the open state it will stay and give for some time, and it will come to the half open state and try to ping it, and means the service will be going to there, and after that it will if all okay, then it will come to the closed state again.
Okay, fine. Have you worked on any caching mechanisms?
Caching, yes, I have used this cache in the Hibernate. Okay,
Hmm.
so
What was it doing?
what happens is like the first level cache is already enabled. So to enable the second level cache, we have to import the cache things in the dependency. Sorry, we have to dependency download, and then we'll have to write this that enable second level cache, and we'll have to give the um, like we'll have to uh, give the um, file the jar name and there in the setting. Okay, and then we'll have to um,
So, Gaurav, like what essentially I need to talk about what exactly it was doing. Like, what is the purpose from a high level?
okay. So what happens is like the first level cache is the session. Um, okay, the first level cache is already enabled, and when you want um to get more right, so for the session level, okay, then you have to enable this cache.
Yeah, what is the purpose? Like, why did you use caching there?
So
That's
what
what I
happens
want.
is like when you are using the database, right? Uh, so we are hitting the database again and again for the same query, right? So instead of hitting the database because it's costly, we'll enable the caching. Okay, so it stores some data in a local. Okay, so that it will easy on the application and easy on the database.
Okay. Have you worked on Spring Security, Gaurav?
Yes, I have worked on Spring Security, creating this login and JWT, creating the JWT token and creating the SSL certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And like JWT, what was the purpose of you using it? Like, where was it used?
So when we are having this application, so what was happening like we need to authenticate the user according to that which things are allowed to those and login purpose also. Okay, so for that we have used. So yeah,
So, have you done the development on Spring Security from scratch, or how much have you done on that part?
so yes, I was there in the in the JWT part, and later I had done it was the HTTP application, and then later I had uh, the one application which previously was developed, that I put into the HTTPS. So for the JWT part, what I did is like in the starting of the application, we had to put that which user has to be accessed what. So in that you have to store the username and the user type. So that way we had used the JWT.
Okay. Are you aware of interceptors?
Yeah. So yes. So interceptors. Uh, the aspect oriented programming is also interceptor, and there is which actually I have worked on this a little, uh, means not
Okay.
done completely, but yeah, the AOP part I have worked, but interceptors I was to work, but I didn't work actually on that, and
Okay. Have
I
you worked on
missed
this?
it. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. Have you worked on any creating any custom annotations?
Yes.
How did you create custom annotation?
Yeah, so we had created this class. Okay. Uh, so we had created this marker annotation we have created, and given the functionality using the aspect oriented programming. Okay. Uh, so there we had used this marker annotation on there, that according to the feature we had to means there were some plans were there, that this plan, if this plan is there, then we would annotate this to that class and that plan name, and later we will perform the task using the aspect oriented programming that we had done. So we had created this class, and We had created this marker interface, and we had one more annotation we had to apply on that I'm missing. And that's all. And then we can use it to annotate the classes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So Gaurav, like, how would you inject something from outside, or like how, like let's say we have something called as application properties. So you want to read the values, like as an
okay.
example, some database is there. So how do
Hmm.
you inject those?
Yeah, so we can use the at the rate value. Okay, so with that we'll have the value defined, and if there is no value, then we can set our value to put a default value. Also, we can use the value at value.
Okay. Have you used at the rate configuration properties annotation anytime in the past?
At the rate configuration, yes. So
Properties.
configuration.
Yeah, configuration properties annotation to inject
Okay,
the values.
configuration properties. Configuration properties. I think are not used.
Okay, that's okay. How are you maintaining your application deployment process to different environments?
Uh, so um, um, so for deployment, right? So that you want to know that in which environment we are deploying, or how we are managing
Yeah,
the
how,
application
what
to.
is, yeah, the
Yeah,
process I
so
want to
we are
understand,
creating
like,
the profiles. Okay, so we have created this three profiles. uh, okay, so we have this production, test, and dev. Okay, so according to these, we use that which one is active. So we activate those profile, and according to that we have databases, and we'll use those. So you want to tell how we are defining the databases and annotations in the uh, file class.
okay, and what is the platform where you are deploying your applications?
Yeah, so it's a Linux machine where we were deploying using this Git action.
So are you deploying it as any containerization or anything that you are doing, or as a jar only you are deploying? How is it?
Okay, so there are two three things which we are doing. This simple application just recently created was directly deployed. This was a small application. Okay, uh, and previously on there we were using this. In that deployment I was not involved, but I know what was happening. Like we were creating. Means that the team was creating the. Um, they were using Jenkins. I'm not much aware of that Jenkins. I worked in Git actions only. So they were deploying. So the containerization I know that how we can create the image and push to the Docker hub, and then we can use for the containerization. Okay, that I know, but not uh, the CCD continuous deployment integration part. I know. Okay.
Okay, that's okay, Gaurav. So, have you worked on Gradle?
Yes. So this is Gradle is said to be means better one than Maven, but mostly the things are similar. Like here is the Maven clean install. There is a Gradle build run like that, and so yes, I have used for this project Okay.
Okay,
I,
and yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Yeah. So for this project, I have used Gradle. And the dependency is different. Like in the XML form, I feel that Gradle dependency defining is a little simpler. You can write all these things in the single line and get rid of the XML. And other things like it is. Means my application was small, so I don't know much, but they said that it is little faster also.
But you have kind of you have knowledge on Gradle, right?
Yes.
Like how it is implemented, how you write the syntax, the purpose,
Yes.
build, processing, everything. No?
Yes.
Fine. And have you worked on Hibernate? What is the difference in a JPA and a Hibernate?
Okay. JPA is like Java Persistence API, where we can use it with like Hibernate is like ORM, right? So this is mapping uh, the object and the database, where the persistence API is like it is giving more flexibility. uh, okay. And
Okay,
uh,
and let's say you have a use case like in the service method, you're calling the repository methods, and you have a use case that if in any case something fails, you commit the role, commit and don't commit the changes, just roll back the changes. So
uh,
how do you achieve this?
so we can use this at the rate transactional in there.
Okay, and there are few attributes, no? So which one to use?
Yeah. So we have to enable the transactional first. Then we can use this transactional in the class. uh, okay. uh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's okay. And have you worked on any vulnerability remediations or library upgrades, etc.?
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability fixes and remediations.
Okay. Remedy. um, no. Not like are you talking about the security only, that
Yeah, usually what happens like whenever the application deploys to production, there are few monitoring tools available, right? That gives you a report of the vulnerabilities that arise out of
okay,
your system.
the DDoS attack and all these things you're talking about?
Yes, that could be an example, but there are many more. So,
Yeah.
like, is there anything that you have done in the past to fix those?
Yeah. The DDoS attack was we had this we had created this uh, alert. Otherwise, I have not worked on that.
Any logging tool that you use?
So we were using this log4j.
Any other tool like Splunk or Logscale, Hume, etc.
No.
Okay. Okay, Gaurav, I'm mostly done from my end. Maybe I'll request Jairam to take it up from here.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, Gaurav. So,
Yeah. Hi.
yeah, you have already worked on some application upgrades, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, from Java 8 to Java 17. And have you worked on any Spring upgrades?
uh, in the spring upgrades is done like when you are working, we are moving from Java 8 to Java 17. You are moving from Java 2.x to 4x. Okay.
No, Spring. Like for example, Spring,
Spring
any of the
framework.
ESS, like Spring MVC, or sometimes there could be some modules like Spring Core. Like there are some Spring security. So any that kind of experience you are having?
Um, no, I have learned about that. What are the changes in there, but not got
Okay,
a chance.
you have done. Okay, you got a chance only to migrate the application from Java 8 to Java 17, but
Yeah.
any Spring migrations you
No.
have not done.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Gaurav, I
And
think you told like you have worked on migrating to Spring 5,
Yeah.
right?
That I said like means I feel that he is asking about MVC pattern, but in there we were using this Spring Boot 2.x, and we moved to the Java 17 one, which is means firstly we moved a little to the Java 11, where we used uh, Java 11 and compiled and these things, and then we worked with the Java 17. So yes, so there is a Spring Boot upgrade is involved, whereas Spring Framework is also upgraded to 5, yeah, from 3 to 4 to 5 something.
no, I
Okay,
think
okay.
Spring Boot there is only, I think 3.x is a recent version, right? We
Yeah,
don't have
so 2.3, 2.x to 3.x we have done from the Spring Boot.
at the time you have moved from Java 8 to Java 17.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, no issues. Okay, just wanted to check because see, sometimes we may land up in a project where you have to migrate some legacy applications. Okay,
Okay.
not rewrite those applications, but migrate from Spring 3 to Spring 6.
Okay. Yeah.
So that time also like we go step by step, like Spring 3 to Spring 5, Java 8 to Java 17, and then
Yes.
again Spring 5 to Spring 6. So just wanted to check whether you have that kind of an experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you have some idea about Spring Boot migration and the Java, right?
Yes.
Okay. And any other certifications, external certifications you have taken, Gaurav?
Yeah, I have done this AWS certification for practitioner. Okay,
Okay,
and I have done this GenAI GenAI POC in EY, proof of
okay,
concept we have done, where we had a training. That was a nice experience. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, and I'm still working on this AWS for the system architecture.
Okay.
AWS, yeah, not yet
And
done.
okay. And any kind of see, generally this whenever we're deploying the application in a container, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes we need to upgrade the Docker image and those kind of things. Have you done, or
yeah.
was it done by DevOps team?
The Docker images I have created. Okay, means in this project I'm not done. Okay, this was done by Git actions. In the previous one, the team had done, and um, before I have created this. Mm, means I have to brush up little to get the updates and all that, what has changed in these 3 years.
Or you you mean to say the Docker image?
Yeah, Docker image I have created, and Kubernetes. Actually, I had certification on Kubernetes, but I didn't tell about it because it's been hazy a little. It's not. I have not worked much on in the recent. No, that's what. Otherwise, I'll have to go through the notes, and I'll be able to work on that
Okay,
again.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So anything like maybe like we call it the vulnerability remediation, were you involved in doing some code cleanup, like you send the request like in the URL and you are sending it in the body. So were you involved in such kind of code cleanup or any of those things? Instead of
Sorry.
passing the query parameters in URL, sending it in the body, like
Okay.
sending the data. Yeah.
Okay. You are saying that sending the bare data and trying to check if it is vulnerable or not.
Yes, instead of sending it in URL, because
Yeah.
you cannot send sensitive data
Yeah.
like account number or social
Yes.
security number in URL. So like, have you done any
Yeah.
such
So
changes?
yeah, that point you are asking, right? So we
Yeah.
have done this. Means for login purpose, which we have done this. We were using this. What is that called? J. Um, there is a encryptor, bcrypt, jbcrypt.
Okay.
That we have used. So for creating means for hashing purpose, we have done that. And uh, when got that, and we will store that hashed code. Okay. And
Okay.
and then we compare the hash code only, not the string thing, because we don't have the string, we only have the hashed data. So
Okay.
yeah,
So how you are sending that? You are sending it in the body, or were you sending it as part of the URL?
header we are sending.
Oh, setting as part of header. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, how can you read any kind of header information?
Yeah. So we can read like um, we can just
Okay, let me give you a clue. Like using HTTP.
yeah. Actually, I am not remembering. I am remembering the code I have written, but on the top I am trying to figure out what I have written. Like we were getting all this information for, like, we always get, right, there is a authentication bearer we take, and from there we get the data. For JWT also we have done that, and other things also, but I'm missing that uh, the
Okay.
first things. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Any other accomplishments you want to let us know, Gaurav?
Yeah, so recently I was awarded with the extraordinary thing, and the last company.
The last company. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And last question. So, why are you looking for a job change? And how long you stayed with this E&Y company?
Yeah, so it has been 2 years. So this is 2 years I have been with EY, and previously with the 3D Foundry I was there with 4 years, and the Synchron I was with around more than 1 year. Yeah. So yeah. So why I am leaving is uh, because I need some. Uh, Means this is very nice already, but yeah. So for a growth purpose, and for a uh, better projects opportunity, I'm looking for that.
Okay, but I heard there are some recessions happening in E&Y. Is one of the reason? Is that one of the reason?
I don't see any recession here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just heard that they are planning to lay off that kind of thing. So
Mm.
just asked. Okay. Okay,
No,
not an
I am
issue.
not aware of that.
Okay. 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 And Abhishek, you want any final questions you want to ask?
No, sir, I'm good from my end. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Gaurav, definitely we will come back. We'll have a discussion, and we'll let you know. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for your
so
time.
Gaurav, just one thing, you may have to, show us your original ID card
Yeah.
copy.
So yeah, I'll check with. Uh, can we? It's three.
No, 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 not an issue, Gaurav. See, okay, we will decide, and then somehow we will have HR. So they will want to have a photo of all of us. Okay.
Okay.
along with you, with Abhishek and myself. Okay, at that time you need to have clear ID proof. Okay, along
Yeah,
with that,
sure, sure.
there will be a photo session. At that time, you can be ready. We will let you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
sure.
because I think even though like if you are going to show now, right? So we'll have a. It may not be very clear, and they will have it for a reference documentation. Okay,
Okay, fine.
and maybe the HR also they may have some questions. Okay, regarding your notice period and all those. Okay, and like there could be some background checks for you,
Okay.
like uh, like what engineer, I mean what degree you have done, and whether there were any educational breaks or job there was any discontinuity. So there could be things. Okay, they will check that, and probably then we'll have that photo session. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks.